listening to the Betmaker Show. This is the Golf Torrey Pines Farmers Insurance Betting Odds Preview for Monday, January 20th, 2020. And now, live from Las Vegas, the host of the Betmaker Show, Brian Blessing.
All right, folks, here we go. It's the PGA Tour, Continental USA Golf, the California Circuit, and a golf tournament we could pay attention to. We kicked the tires a little bit at the La Quinta deal, but that
brutal. I don't like that. You're right, Brian. Like I can't handle it. I can't. Like, you're literally going to give me like minus 26s and 28s. Like, garbage. That is that's the problem with golf. Like, guys in charge, you shouldn't. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, everything they do, like we kind of talk about with hockey sometimes too. Like, we have corrections to fix it. Here's a tip: tree line courses, longer rough. Where guys actually have to earn their score or get penalized when they get into trouble. Yeah,
that's why I don't like opposite. It's why I can't stand the Vegas tournament. Because literally, you should just give them like colored golf balls and windmills on the green. It's, honestly, it's like 28 under par or whatever. Who cares? It's a joke. It's just, whatever. But now we're playing real golf. They're playing at Torrey Pines. But Landry, by the way, he's got a 5-shot lead. It was compelling to the point where he's on cruise control and he's got the thing in his back pocket. And on that course, you can't get a bogey if you try. And he's got a 5-shot lead. He bogeys 3 in a row, and Answer starts going bonkers. And to his credit, Landry stiffs one on 17 and, closes it out on 18. But literally, I don't think it was Titleist on his hat, but I mean, literally, at about number 14, the guy should have gone in his bag and got a new sponsor, Depends. Really.
That's a good one, Brian. No, honestly, no, you're right. He pulled the old Robert Garrigus. Don't wear white on Sundays. I'm like, oh my God, what am I seeing here? Like, hey, Robert, there's a tip. We got HD TVs. You might want to change your pants. Anyway, I know what the funny thing is. I actually had a piece of Answer too coming down, Brian. I had him on another site. I didn't even realize I bet him, and then I checked, and then I started getting really interested in the tournament and got excited. But hey, second place, that's the name of my game. But a couple top 10s again. We hit it. You get a little bit back there, and who else was top 10? One of our other guys, and Putnam's going to be a guy I'm going to play a lot. Andrew Putnam's a good golfer. I think he's going to be there in a lot of tournaments. Keep your eye on him.
All right, listen, we want to get to Torrey Pines, but the other thing is, I'm sitting here honestly with hopes for the weekend. Say this is going to be interesting. Fowler's there, and after 36, he's sitting right there. You're going, okay, maybe this marriage thing, whatever, for whatever reason, the marriage thing's going to work. The Get Along gang, it destroyed Jordan Spieth. I'm telling you, he's Satan is Justin Thomas. Literally, he's going out shredding up the golf world, and everybody else in the Get Along gang, they've lost their game. But Fowler, that's like, I don't know. It's like Puke City. The guy's putting is so clutch. He was awful on Sunday.
Yeah, that's why you can't bet Rickie Fowler. It's like one of these things, and he's the favorite of the tournament. Does he know how to close? Sure, he's won a couple times on tour, but it's really unbelievable to me when these guys like Brendan Todd and all these guys that come up from the Korn Ferry Tour, and these guys know how to close. And Rickie Fowler's been in the game a hell of a long time, but you won't be getting my money. I'll tell you one thing, Brian, and this week we see him at 25 to 1. It is his sponsors. We are farmers, I got to be honest with you. People should be looking for more different sponsors on tour. I wouldn't want to be affiliated with Rickie Fowler sitting in his lawn chair hating on the neighbors, just staring into space, that stupid commercial. Like, this guy's in everything.
Well, honestly, right in front of your eyes, he's turning into a turkey vulture.
Turkey vulture. Oh, you're on fire today, Brian. I gotta grab another cup of coffee. You're killing me here. You're on fire, buddy. No, you're right. I just don't understand it too. This guy, little kids, oh, we love Rickie. We love Rickie. I'm a grown man. I don't. He's just one of those guys. Like, I just don't see it. It's actually really weird. Like, you're thinking, why do people like Rickie Fowler? Well, in interviews, he's quite boring, to be honest with you. The commercials, what does he do that really instills me being a big fan of his? Not much. Like, you're right, though. He's a great putter, but on Sunday, he crapped his pants.
All right, my friend, let's get to it. We kick into, real golf here. And
yeah, I love Torrey Pines. At least we got a real tournament.
Well, and honestly, McIlroy 6-1, Rahm a little over 7-1, and then Tiger is at 11-1, and we know he knows the course, loves the course, side of a U.S. Open win where he beat Rocco Mediate.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say to you, Cam, if Tiger's healthy, why the heck not? After what we saw in China and what we saw at the President's Cup, the one rub we just never know with Tiger is how's the body feeling on any given week.
No, you're absolutely right, Brian. And one thing, too, why I don't take Tiger Woods, his driver was awful. He figured it out. He's out driving the young guys again. You said it. When his body's feeling good and intact, he's on fire. I wish we got a little bit more than 11-1, and you're right. It's a total risk. Do I know what Tiger Woods is doing? No. Does he feel great? Maybe. But at 11-1, he better feel great. But that's a good price. Actually, I'll take him over Rahm and McIlroy if he is healthy. And, yeah, you said it. Horse for the course. Knows everything here. He knows every undulation. Like, he could play this course blindfolded. So at 11-1, you got to look at Tiger Woods for sure.
I think you nailed it, bud. Because I honestly, God, the years going by fast. But, in his heyday, I laughed. And I used to say, I remember saying this stuff all the way to hell back then, going, what are you doing? He's beaten Fields by 8 shots.
Yeah.
And he starts jerking around with his game to get better. He'd have been by Nicklaus already if he'd have never taken the 2-iron 5-wood stinger out of his bag and play from the short grass. That's how good he is. Well, for many years, now the body's broken down, but his other bugaboo was he's playing military golf off the tee.
Yeah.
If he's driving the ball this year the way he did in China and at the President's Cup, he's going to win some tournaments, kid.
Oh, for sure. No, you're absolutely right. Like, he's figured it out, and that's scary for the rest of these guys. You had your window when Tiger wasn't healthy. Now he's healthy. So, but it is like, if you're going to bet on Tiger Woods, what's going to happen? He could win this tournament, or he could, just hit it all over the place. We don't know what kind of form he's in right now, but from what we've seen recently, Brian, in those events, exactly what you talked about, he looks like he's definitely figured some things out. He looks confident. He looks like the old Tiger Woods, and that's bad news for the rest of the field.
Well, and I'm telling you what we got to be very wary of here. I'll give you a horse racing story, buddy. And I know you watch the horses, and I got you into that. Sorry.
Yeah, Junior Alvarado's on fire this week.
Junior, cha-ching. But listen, I want to throw something at the monitor. You're sitting there and you're watching a race, and this 13-1 horse comes roaring up from off the pace and wins the race, and they go, and that's Junior Alvarado's 1,000th win, or the trainer's 1,000th win. Like, the miles, it's like, I didn't know that. If you knew the guy's going for a mile, so it's like Patrick Kane's got 1,000 points in hockey, right? All right. Well, we know this. Tiger is tied with Sam Snead for 82 wins. His next win, he is the winningest golfer ever. So he is highly motivated.
Oh, highly motivated, and probably wants to do it at a course that he likes, right, and familiar surroundings too. So, yeah, he's. You know what, Brian? I am going to bet Tiger Woods at 11-1. We always look more you even than me go grenade hunting, but at that price, if he hits it anything like he did before, man, we could be cashing on Sunday, and that would be nice because I'm getting sick of second.
Let's make some money tonight.
For outstanding information and special offerings and promotions, we invite you and encourage you to sign up for our newsletter today simply by going to the website at betmaker.com. All right, let's some price numbers that are out there. Fowler 25, Woodland 25, Finau 28. I don't know. Sung J M, he's there all the time.
But he never wins. Another thing.
Doesn't make
this is, though? you don't want to be, this is Torrey Pines. I'm not sure. You have to look at each tournament like every bet in other sports and go individually. You can't just say, hey, I'm taking bombs. But I think it's going to be a favorite this week. This tournament's top heavy, like McIlroy 6, Rahm 7.5, Tiger 11. Like I can't take, Keegan Bradley at 75 to 1 or what he's good. Bud Cauley played great last week. He's 80 to 1. Like Phil Mickelson, are you kidding me? I don't care if he's 500 to 1. I'm not betting him at 100 to 1. Like that's the thing. Even though he knows the course, I gotta believe like the favorite, a favorite wins this tournament this week. Brian, don't you think?
Well, you still got to swing a little bit early.
A little bit.
I mean, okay, Schauffele.
But how far do you swing?
Rose defending champ 16, Schauffele 16. He can win anytime he tees it up. Matsuyama, I just can't play the guy.
I'm done with Matsuyama. No.
Right. Here, I would just say this. I'm not a big UFC guy. I know you do it. You and you watch it a lot more than me. But I'm telling you, come on, man. Please, somebody's got to step up to the plate and do this. This would be awesome. For the first 2 days, somebody's got to pair Patrick Reed with Cameron Smith. Come on, that'd be great. that would be great. I mean, just pistols, knives. It'd be great.
I hate to say it. I'd be betting on Patrick Reed in that fight. Cameron Smith's a little bit slight. Like Reed looks like the type of guy too to use foreign objects. And he'll grab sand from the bunker and rub it in his eyes like the great Kabuki spitting blinding dust in his face. Patrick Reed is the type of guy he'll do anything. What do I got in my trunks? Oh yeah, there I got a razor blade. Just cut Smith right across the head. He'll play dirty.
God bless the Cameron Smith kid, great golfer, but and again, all right, so I'm the old guy, get off my lawn, but I hate the flat brimmed hat, like where you could just rest a hard-boiled egg on the thing. It's like, grease the thing. You look like an idiot.
Yeah, it doesn't work, especially for a guy with a small melon. Like Bruce Bochy, had a huge head the size of a globe and a pumpkin. It's like you could do the flat brim if you got a massive pumpkin on your head. But I'm not a fan of it either. Brian.
When I get a brand new head, I got that thing all crink. I curve it up right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're old school.
All right, buddy. Listen, you've been banging this guy's drum. And I'm in.
Morikawa?
You know why?
Yes, he will be back.
California.
He went to Cal. He's a Golden Bear. I'll take him. And now we're getting some line value here. Now we're not seeing Morikawa at 15 to 1. We're seeing him at 31 because of Tiger Woods, Rahm, and McIlroy and Rose. I like that. I like that situation. Yeah, I could start betting Morikawa at 30 to 1. I'll also be taking him top 10. It won't be, you got to take plus money where you can. And I say this again, guys, and I mean this. You got to bet not just the winner, because me and Brian, every single week, we're sniffing. And there's no worse feeling when I get the text from Brian, oh, can't believe that. It's like Groundhog Day. Like, we got Thursday a guy leading, you'll spin it up. Yeah, Thursday Warriors. God, we'd be rich. For all the guys we've had leading on Thursday, Friday, even Saturday, going into the final round of a golf tournament, I get giddy just on Sunday. I'm sitting there staring at the wall going, what the hell happened? So I like Morikawa, but I've got to take him top 10 as well. Because if Tiger wins one of these other guys, I want to get paid.
All right. I got to do it. Now, the weather, I just checked the weather, Cam. It's San Diego, and it's always gorgeous. I mean, with a rare exception. And remember the hideous wind weather a few years back, and Snedeker lit it up in horrible conditions. Yeah. But I think and he can putt, and these greens are hard to putt on. I think you got to take a little look at Snedeker.
Yeah, I like it. I look at Snedeker at 45. If there was wind, I'd go with Ryan Palmer at 60 to 1. He's another guy there.
Not an issue. Weather's going to be gorgeous. It's not.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we'll gas Palmer, but I'm just saying, in weather, I like guys like Snedeker, Palmer. I was going to ask your opinion on a guy. First of all, Ben On at 71 looks enticing, but he had one good round and just crapped the bed the rest of last week. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this guy. It's weird to see Francisco Molinari at 75 to 1, but he's not in good form. What about Matthew Wolff? He didn't play, the weekend wasn't good, but this guy's kind of lingering. He's 70 to 1, but yeah, I like your Snedeker pick at 45.
I will say, good current form is Joaquin Neiman at 50 to 1.
Oh, definitely. I didn't take a shot Bud Cauley. Bud Cauley started to get his game together, Brian. 80 to 1.
You'll appreciate this. I used to do this every year before anybody knew who the guy was, and it was funny. And he went through this tumultuous time with his wife, but I'm telling you, Mark Leishman always played Torrey Pines well.
Yeah, and you're looking. There's guys on this, like Scotty Scheffler played good last week, good form. Cam Smith, yes, coming off a win a couple weeks ago. That looks nice. But Mark Leishman is always there, and he doesn't get the respect of the books, too. Like, no offense to Jason Day. I don't know what he hasn't been doing, and Patrick Reed. Like, I would have Leishman right where Patrick Reed and Morikawa are, 28-30, not 45. That's disrespect to the Aussie.
Yeah. And
that's a good price, Brian. Very good.
It is. I mean, this is the beauty of this stuff. I mean, when you're diving through it. But I would just say this, Cam. I mean, literally, if this guy ever won a tournament, I mean, you would hop on a plane. I'll wait for you. Come to Vegas. We'll rent a car, and then we'll go for a drive to the Grand Canyon. We'll hold hands and do the Thelma and Louise thing. If Pat Perez ever won this thing and we didn't play him, we'd have to have our head examined on the California circuit. I mean, how many times in this podcast have we said, wait for Perez, wait for California?
Yeah. We started the Lanto Griffin train, and we don't want to be. Next time we hit the stop, Brian, we got to be on that train. That's the thing. So you have to play him at 125. Another guy to look at that price. For a flyer, Brendan Steele's in good form, but I'm not sure if this is the course he can get it done on. But I'm very interested. Nick Watney's playing better. He's 150-1, and Joel Damon is a guy that's kind of, people don't really talk about him, but when he's in, he can do well. But I like it. Out of the big bombs, I think Pat Perez is a must play. He loves California, 125-1.
And the number, you know what? He finished third in Vegas, and then we said this. He fell and hurt himself, right? And then he did the China or the South Korea, the 9 bridges and the Zozo nonsense and the travel when he was hurt.
Yeah.
Then he finished 8th at Mayakoba, and then nothing. He had 2 crummy rounds in Hawaii, but he did sprinkled in there. He had a 68 and a 66. So I think this guy's coming back. He's not setting the world on fire, but I just think he's a different guy with a demeanor where he doesn't, he's not looking to bury a wedge in his caddy's temple all the time anymore. And what do we got? We got a 4-tournament window in California. We've been talking about it for a year.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, that's the thing. Pat Perez is one of those guys. Yeah, he still gets fired up, but it's fine. Yeah, he's not the powder keg that he used to be. So yeah, you have to play him there. Like history. It repeats itself with some guys and their horses for courses. And Pat Perez, man, he loves the California swing. So, yeah, I'm actually surprised he's 125 to 1. I thought he'd be around like 80, maybe even 66, like in the 66 to 80 range. So 125 is a must-play price.
All right. You want me to pull the pin on a big one?
Okay.
One last big one.
Can I guess?
I'll give you 3 guesses. I mean, and I'm talking.
Give me a range. Like, are you talking super bomb?
Monster. And I don't.
I got it. Ted Potter Jr. Hey, it's Hainzer here. Blessing, you ready to go on the radio show, buddy? Hainzer looks like Ted Potter Jr. Anyway, inside joke, but now he's a dead rear. Ted Potter Jr. Is that the guy?
No.
Oh, Duffman?
No. One more. You got one more. And then we'll cut the chase.
Is he a veteran or young?
Youngish.
Youngish?
Yeah.
You have one more guest? Luke List?
No. All right.
No, he's got bad form. Okay.
That was fun. I mean, turning this into freaking Jeopardy here. All right.
Jamie Lovemark?
There was
Who? Brian, who?
Last year, he won this thing, and I was beside myself because I had played him countless times. How is C.T. Pan 225 to 1?
Good call. I thought you were actually going to say Robert Strebs Pickles, but yeah,
he was 11th in the Mayakoba, and he's he played in the President's Cup.
There's some good golfers with odds here. Like Max. What about Max Homa? He's from a California kid too.
CT Pan played great.
Yes, he did. I can't believe he's 200. I thought he'd be 100 to 1. 225.
That's nuts.
It is nuts. It's actually there's actually guys in the 200 range that have a chance in this tournament. It's crazy. Like they're good golfers at 200 to 1. Like it's weird. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man.
By the way, let's just go back to last year where he finished third in the Charles Schwab Challenge, whatever the hell that is. He won the Heritage, and then he's like in the 15, 20 to 1 range on the back end of the year. But I just think all these guys like an Well, let me ask you this seriously. If I said to you, okay, yeah, you're getting great experience from the President's Cup, and I gave you a coin flip to play Sung J M at 28 to 1 or CT Pan at 225 to 1, what's the difference?
Yeah, no, because Im's not going to win. He'll be there, but he's not going to win. CT Pan can be there too. You're right. That's an absolutely great point. Like Im hasn't proven himself to be a winner. He's a great ATM machine right now. He's great. He's a top 10 machine. Finished T10 again last week. But yeah, I'll take CT Pan all day at 225 to 1. That's a good find, Brian.
Yeah, well, it ain't nothing yet. But
so who are we going to play? Tiger at 11, big units. Morikawa at 30. Sprinkle on Snedeker at 45. I can't leave Neiman on. Yes, I can't play too many guys though.
No, honestly,
and CT Pan.
All right, buddy. I mean, I'm going, grenade hunting.
Grenade hunting.
You know what? I know what it was. It was the only thing with Tiger at 11 to 1, and his track record is he's a great rabbit. But the thing is, in a weird way, there'd be a chance if he were 4 or 5 back on Friday night to get him at 15 or 20 to 1.
You know what? That's an excellent way to approach it. You're right. Like over the weekend, you almost hope that he's like I'd even take him at like 6. If he's just lingering over the weekend, yeah, then we can maybe get him at 20, 25, and then you pull the trigger. That's a good call. Maybe wait on Tiger.
Buddy, I got to tell you something. This is with all sincerity. I love doing this stuff with you.
Yeah.
You're worth the price of admission. It's free. But
it's free.
No, it's the Chuckle Hut, and we have a good time doing this. It's a treat, man. Thanks.
I love you, buddy. Wow, I don't know. You're being all nice to me. You just ripped me the other day saying I got to clean my toilets. But anyway, I also like another guy.
Like a Christmas ham.
You sure did. Ham turkey. You put a Ginsu right through me. But anyway, I got one more ballistic missile for you.
Yeah, who is it?
Max Homa, 275 to 1.
Why not?
He's a California kid, isn't he? Guy's got game.
No.
We'll see.
All right, we shall see. Yeah, no, I went to rent to own and got a sincere bone in my body. I'm going to return it right now. All right. We're playing golf, and we're in California. We're going to have some fun.
Betmaker, let's make some money tonight.
Well, that's the Betmaker Show for now. We publish multiple times each week. We'd like to thank you for listening, and if you liked what you heard, please take a moment to leave a rating and review, or subscribe to our show feed, or share our show with a friend or two and help us grow the show. We very much appreciate it. Visit us on the web at betmaker.com. And reminder to sign up for the newsletter. Thanks to our engineer, Darren Vandermolen, and producer, Mike Gallivan. The Betmaker Show is a production of Cardinal Marketing Incorporated. Betmaker is a registered trademark. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of this content without the express written consent of Cardinal Marketing Incorporated is strictly prohibited.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction, as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At Betmaker.com and the Betmaker Show, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling. And do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.